hope you guys are still doing well and you are safe wherever you are. For those who don't know me, my name is Rose Mochela and I want to welcome you to Chatz with Rozie. I'm sitting in my car listening to the romantic repertoire and I'm just thinking about how beautiful love is. I'm not referring to only romantic love, but I'm referring to love that could be between friends and love that could be between family members. I'm just thinking of how great of a gift that God gifted us with when it comes to love. But as much as this comes naturally to us, we are imperfect people, and therefore our delivery or our expression when it comes to our love to others might be a little bit flawed. Let me unpack this way. I take love as a skill, right? When you, after you have acquired a skill, you don't just sit back and say, I will know it and I know it. I've studied or I've went for a course and that it ends there. What you will need to do is for you to put this skill into practice. And the more you practice it, the more you are, for a lack of a better way, become perfect when it comes to this skill. The same applies to love. I don't believe it's something that you just tell a person that you love them and then you leave it there and you expect them to know. Even when maybe 12 years later, you just expect them to know that they love you. I feel it's something that needs to be practiced on a daily basis. And there's certain things that I need to do to keep this love alive or to keep this love growing. For instance, we find people who have wrote songs that describe how beautiful love is. We have psychologists that are teaching us how to love our loved ones, and people publish books trying to help us how to best show our loved ones how much we love them. For instance, there are 5 love languages. Some people prefer to be loved by words of affirmation, some people by physical touch, some people quality time, some people gifting, some people acts of service. We are loved differently. Just because I love Rose in a certain way doesn't mean that Palesa would appreciate me loving them in the same way as I love Rose. So for me to keep this growing, there's certain things that I need to do. For instance, let me use a flower. When going to a nursery, you might buy a seed labeled a rose. That's what you want to grow in your garden. Before you actually grow this garden, you will first check if your soil is fertile enough for that rose to grow. And you won't just leave it there. You won't just plant that seed and then you leave it there. What you would do is you will also read the instruction to see how much it needs to be watered. Whether it needs to be watered on a week, on a 2 days basis, or 3 days basis, or once a week. Depending on how I water it, this flower might survive or might not survive. If I water it too much, it might die. If I water it less, it also might die. So I need to be precise in the way I water this plant. The same applies to love. There's certain things that I'm required to do and I need to practice it on a daily, and I need to show the ones that I love on a daily. If the partner that I am dating or am seeing or my friend requires words of affirmation, it would be advisable that I show them or I assure them of how much I love them and give them words of affirmation. That's how they will know that I love them. And I'm sure you will agree with me that if you feel the love of your partner, automatically you are bound to love them also, right? You would not like to mistreat a person that really makes you feel safe and loved. But upon thinking all these things that I am saying, and I'm hoping that I'm making sense, a question popped in my mind. If a person that you loved is no longer in your life, does the love that you had for them die? Or it simply changes? It's no longer a romantic type of love, but you just love them as your neighbor or your common citizen? This is a question that I would want us to interact on the comment section. And please, if you did enjoy this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. For now, I love you. Until next time. Mwah.